How's it going, guys? Electron Man. Well, we've got another little old radio we're going to check out. Another one I picked up at a yard sale. I gave $1 or $2 for it. The reason I picked this one up is I thought, well, it's kind of cool. It's got a weather channel on it and AM/FM radio, and it's got a flashlight, kind of like a little survival. Then I noticed it had a little generator on the back, so you can generate power. I mean, so this is definitely a I call it an emergency radio with the weather band. Anyway, got to looking at it, and first thing I noticed, of course, is that the battery was totally dead. So I put the crank on it, and I crank, and I never got it to move even a single digit on this little power scale here. And when I turned the radio on, if I crank, I could hear the radio while I was cranking real fast. But as soon as I quit cranking, it just quit. So I thought, well, maybe the battery's gone. And then I realized I got to noticing right here it says DC in and USB out, and I realized, well, this is also a USB charger as well as a AM/FM radio with a flashlight and etc. So I went ahead and opened this little cover here, and it's a USB-C, and I thought, man, that's new stuff. This is really new. So I went out and looked on Amazon, and sure enough, this is on Amazon's bestseller. Why would somebody sell this at a yard sale? This thing can't be maybe more than a year old, and here they are kind of giving it away on a yard sale. Maybe they got it for a present, just never used it, but whatever. So anyway, I hooked up a USB-C charger to it, wall charger, and charged the battery right up, and had no problem at all getting the battery charged, which now, of course, it's if you turn the flashlight on, it shows you I've got 4 full bars, so I've got a full battery, and the battery appears to be fine. It's got a nice little LED light on the front. It's pretty bright. Sorry about that. I probably just blinded you. It's got 2 dim, bright, and blink, and then off. The AM/FM radio, we'll test it out here in just a little bit. On these little products like this, I mean, I got $1 in it. You know, I'm gonna get froggy here, and even though it seems to appear to work perfectly, we're gonna kind of open this thing up and see what makes it tick. You know, kind of curious. It's on the Amazon bestseller list, so you know it must be pretty decent. I have to go look at the specs of what they said on Amazon and compare it to what I find inside. But let me go ahead and stop this video, and we'll check out and see what the inside looks like on this sucker. Okay, guys, as you can see, I have had my fun tearing it apart, and kind of interesting in here. Got a few things I can show you. One is this solar panel here. I just hooked it up, and honestly, this little solar charger they claim is like 20 milliamps. So I mean, I had it under, you know, it wasn't in sunlight, but it was under a halogen pretty close. So I figured I'm pretty close on the output of it. But seriously, you know, you'd have to leave this thing out in the sunshine for 2 or 3 days, bright sunlight on that, to even maybe get a quarter of a battery charge. I mean, the solar part's a gimmick as far as I'm concerned. I guess in a pinch, you know, it might get your radio going, you know, if you had nothing else. And kind of the same thing on this crank here. You're talking, you know, maybe 30-40 milliamps turning. I mean, to literally to get like 10% of the charge here, you'd probably have to crank on that thing for 30 or 45 minutes. So I don't really see either the solar or the crank being really practical. I mean, other than maybe emergency, just to get a little bit of AM radio or weather radio, but I mean, or maybe a little bit of LED light, but very, very limited. It would take, you'd probably wear the gears out by the time you got the battery charged as far as the crank goes. So I think those are kind of just come on items. There are some things I like about it though. It says, you know, on the advertisement, 2,000 milliamp backup bank. Well, that's a misconception, because this is just an 18650 2,000 milliamp cell. It's got one cell in it. How much of a cell phone are you going to charge with this? I mean, I guess the part of the problem is it's 3.7 volts, which I guess cell phones, most of them are running 3.7 now. So I guess technically you could get a half a charge or so on a, maybe even 2/3 of a charge on a cell phone, but it would completely drain it. I don't know. I don't really see it being a real viable, you know, extra thing you carry around to charge your cell phone. But I guess in an emergency, to help you get a call out, it could charge your phone up for a little while. It does have a 3 AA battery backup too, which that would definitely give you some more capacity too. Which it's kind of cool that it's got both. It's got the rechargeable cell, as well as 3 AAAs. I'm not sure how the sensing circuit works on this. I mean, when you're charging your phone, does it pull off the AAAs, which would actually give you 4.5 volts to the 4 volts that you're getting out of that cell, basically. So I don't know. I'm not going to get that deep into the circuit side of things, but very, very simplistic. Nothing complicated in here. It is interesting that it is using a digital tuner with an analog type dial. So that ought to be interesting on the tuning part, because it's gonna, you're sweeping using a variable resistor. I mean, there's definitely no air core. This is 100% digital. So this is a PLL tuner, which is interesting since it has an analog. I don't know why they don't have a button up and down and I mean, you don't even have to have a display, just a button up and down, and you can scan the channels up and down. I'm not sure why they went with a turn knob, but maybe for aesthetics, for looks. What else can I say? It does actually, the antenna is actually wired in, so it is an active antenna. I've actually seen some of these where the little antenna is no more than just a pointer, but it is an active antenna. It does look like it has like a 1-watt LED in it. Can't say anything wrong with that. I'm not really picking on this, by the way, guys. I'm just kind of giving you the true down and dirty on it. I mean, obviously, I think this item goes for like $25. I mean, it's 20 to 25 bucks. I think they might even have a newer model that goes. I thought it was also for like $24, but it's the point being is it's really for what it's what you're going to use it for. If you're going to use it for an emergency radio when the power goes out, or have it by your bedside, I think this thing's awesome. I think it gives you a lot of versatility as far as, you know, AAA batteries, rechargeable cell in it, and like I said, yes, I can see where with 2,000 milliamp amperes, I mean, I can see where it could charge your phone enough to where you could use the phone. So it could be an emergency source to charge your phone. Obviously, it's an AM/FM radio and a flashlight, so it has some very valid for. I think I'm not going to sell it. I'm actually going to keep it out here in the shop, off on a shelf here to, if we lose power or something, I can definitely. This could be a go-to guy to grab it. I mean, the light, as far as output wise, is really pretty good. It also has an alarm. Not sure exactly what the real use of that would be, but interesting too. I'm getting a backlight, not a front light. Have to look into that. But anyway, I mean, you know, it's a Chinese knockoff of something. I'm not sure what, but I'm sure it is using surface mount technology. I mean, I'm not gonna call it junk for $20-something. I could see it being a viable unit to have out there, like I said, on your shelf or by your bedside, just to have for emergency radio use. Anyway, let me go ahead and put this thing back together and clean it, and we'll go ahead and go through it and kind of see how the reception is on the radio, because that'll be kind of the final factor to me how I'm going to rate this thing. I'll be back. Hopefully I get this thing back together. You know, it was like a watch. Took it apart and it just kind of all fell out, so we'll have to kind of figure out how to put it back together here. Okay, guys, I got her all back together. Got her wiped down pretty good too, and cleaned up nice. Of course, like I said, it wasn't very old anyway, so noticed a few places I missed a little dust here. Sorry, I gotta get that dust out of here. Anyway, oops, I got the light going here. Did find out a couple cool things on it. One is it's got low, high, and then you got blinking, and then you got hold will create the alarm. Probably kind of a gimmick, but kind of cool. Of course, you got blinking there, and then when you open this, if you push this button here, which I didn't even know that to start with, but if you push this button here, it opens up, and then it turns into a diffused light. 2 brightness levels with it as well. So definitely on the light side of things, I really like it, and it's putting out a really good light. I mean, that's definitely at night with no power, that would be an extreme pleasure to have that. And it just snaps in like that. It wasn't too hard to put back together. Fortunately, the stickiness, it had like double-sided tape on that LED, and it was pretty sticky, so it was able to just stick back down. Now let's go ahead and check out the rest of this stuff. You got the light there, I covered that. Of course, you got the 3 AAAs, which I think I'm going to go ahead and put 3 AAAs in it. Of course, it's not really going to change the functioning of it any, but let's see if it makes any difference on the light that's right there. And let's see here, how did that snap on? Just like that. Go ahead and power on. See how we do on the, okay, we got the weather band right now. Let's see if we can find a weather band.
Around 70. South winds around 5 miles per hour.
I'm impressed. That's without the antenna not even pulled out.
Highs in the mid-90s. South winds around 5 miles per hour. Becoming southeast in the afternoon.
Not bad.
Friday night, mostly clear.
I got lots of other radios that have weather bands that don't pick up at all in here, so.
Winds 5 to 10
So it gets an A on that.
Saturday, mostly sunny.
Weather band definitely works.
Highs in the mid-90s. South winds 5
Let's
to
kick
10
her over to
miles.
FM. Just kind of start here at the start, see if we pick anything up. Well, we're going to do that for sure.
Destroy public infrastructure in their efforts to sell valuable metals.
I like the little tuning light. Little sensitive, but
Pearl Jam is next.
definitely works. Kind of got to just watch that light.
Little Jack.
Sounds not bad, not real loud, but not bad. Well, I went through the FM there. I definitely picked up a dozen or so stations just fiddling around, so reception's not bad. Let's kick her over in the AM. That's usually the real test. Let's see if we pick up anything on the old AM and stuff. Not coming in real strong, but it's got that little bitty AM antenna in there. I'm not surprised inside this metal building that it's having a problem picking much of anything up. You can definitely tell it's digital. AM radio I've had. Of course, it's kind of late at night too, and there's a lot less stations. It's working. We'll just go with that. And I definitely got some radio stations, so yeah, I'm sure it'd do a whole lot better outside, not inside this metal building. But it appears that everything functions perfectly on it. See. Anyway, everything works. I definitely stick more for weather band and FM on this one for sure. I'm impressed with that weather band.
In Kansas City, it was clear.
Easy to find it too.
It was clear with a temperature of 76. At Springfield, it was clear, temperature of 73.
Real wide band there. I like that.
It was partly cloudy with a temperature of 77. At Fort Smith, it
looks like it does all 6 weather bands too. I was wanting to see if I could actually pick another one up from another location, but no.
Once again, in North Oklahoma, it was clear. It was 78 at Tulsa International, 71 at Bartlesville, 77 at Tulsa Riverside Airport, and 75 at...
Not bad, guys. Not bad. Would I have paid $25 for it if I didn't have a little something like this to set by the you know, on the end table by the bed? Yeah, I think it's worth $25. I'd give it like 4 stars. little misleading on, I would say, the battery bank. It's not really much of a battery bank, obviously, with a single cell 3.7, 2,000 milliamp battery. It's not really going to be a major power source for charging cell phones, but it could, in a pinch, take care of you, get a call out or two. Radio wise seems to be okay. FM was great. Weather band, I'm really impressed on it. Sound quality a little bit on the low side, but not bad. Probably my highlights on this is definitely the light. I think the light, being its multifunction and being a 1 watt LED, is definitely a highlight. This is definitely something you'd want to go down in the storm shelter with. You got your radio, and you got your light, and you got your weather. So I mean, that's pretty much what it is. And then, like I said, in an emergency, you could crank it. And I guess so. I think really the crank and the solar panel are kind of just come-ons, but with the backup AAA batteries and the rechargeable battery inside of it, it definitely suffices for what you need as far as emergency radio. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this little video on this. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too long. This is I call it Noklead, AM, FM, weather radio, flashlight, emergency radio. Anyway, guys, have a great day out there. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit that bell, and look forward to producing another video for you guys. Have a great day.